Welcome back, everybody. It's now Saturday morning. I finished up the gate and the hog pen yesterday, as you might remember. And today what I did is started building the feeder box for the pigs. This box is 36 inches wide, 22 inches deep, and 34 inches tall. So it's going to stick just above the top of the hog fencing out there at the pen. Let me show you a little close-up what I've done here so far. As you can see here, I constructed the box in a way where the feed will be put in at the top and gravity feed down and slide down in here and fill these two little areas up. This is 3/4 inch plywood, and I put a 2x4 here on the front to hold the feed from spilling out. And this divider right here is going to serve as a way to keep the feed from pushing the plywood down this way when all the weight's inside the box here. If you can see the line, this is where the piece of plywood's going here. And then I'm going to make it so that I can move based on the coarseness of the feed. I'm not quite sure. I've never built one of these before. I'm not quite sure how granular the feed is or powdery the feed is. So I want to be able to open and close the gap here so that this doesn't get overcome by the feed. So what I'm going to do is cut, which I already have. I cut these pieces here, and I'm going to mount them right like this, screw them in from the outside, and apply the plywood on this side. And then if I need to open or close this gap, I'll simply just move this up or down and close the gap or open the gap if need be. But I'm initially going to have it at 1.5 inch gap, maybe too much, so I might end up sliding it down. But this keeps me from having to take it all apart and open this gap back up. I can move the whole wall. So let me cut the plywood for this. It's a 30-inch dimension here by 36, and then I'll apply these to the edges. I'll put the end piece on and screw this in, and then I'll build the top. I'm going to have it hinged so it opens from the back, hinged on the front, so that we can stand at the back here and pour the feed in without going into the hog pen. So let me get going on that. right, there it is. Got two separate little feed boxes here, about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inch gap. If you look down in here, you can see it's a pretty good angle. So the feed should just gravity feed right straight down in there and come out down in here. And this is just at the height of this, so it shouldn't overfill it. I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll see how that all works out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the lid and put the metal on it and then take it out there and set it up. So let me get on that. So I put the top on, just put a piece of plywood on the top, and then I just put a piece of metal on top of that so that we can keep the feed as dry as possible. And I left an overhang here so that the any kind of rain won't go into the feed box. You see I use these hinges here. All this stuff is what I had laying around, with the exception of the metal. So I'm going to screw this top on real quick, and then I'll show you how it opens up. All right, there it is, the finished product. So we're going to set it. Pigs will obviously eat here, a little bit of an overhang. We will have this on the other side of the fence. So I'll flip it up like that and throw the feed in, and the feed should fit through that. If not, I'll just unscrew these 3 screws and slide this up ever so slightly, and these 3 screws here, and just pull this up so that it's the gap is open. But I think that should work. If not, I don't have to get in there with some sort of crazy saw and cut it out. I can just move it up by design. So there it is, the finished product. Here's the pig feeder. Once again, a floor so they can stand on it and eat out of the trough. And you can put the feed in from out here. I fashioned a little to keep that from falling on you, because we will have other people feeding them while we're on vacation or out of town. So I don't want any kids' fingers to get smashed in here. So there it is. I'll give you an update when we get the tank that's going to sit over there on that platform. And I put a little floor right there. Originally that was going to be the gate, by the way, but it was so heavy and unwieldy that I decided just to get a metal gate. It's lighter, and then the pigs can see through there, which I don't know how much that matters at this point, but I just use the gate as a deck to stand on, because Brenda's only 5'2", and the tank's going to be like 40 some inches off the access hole for the filler cap is going to be like 47 inches off the ground. So it'd be easy just to bring the hose over from the bib that's over that way on the other side of the barn. It's just out of sight. All right, Brenda's telling me it's time to eat here in 5 minutes. So if you like these kind of videos, please hit subscribe, tell your friends, and as always, all the best. Bye.